There's one thing that if I knew and fully appreciated years ago, my entire life would be different. My name's Melissa, and if you are new to this channel, well, you have to be because it's a new channel. So if you could do me a favor, if you're into personal development and spirituality for the not too woo-woo, if you could subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos come out, and give me a thumbs up or a comment below. That would be great. So what is it? What's the most important personal development thing that I ever learned? It's just that I don't have to believe everything I think, and neither do you. I'm not saying you don't have to believe everything I think. I'm saying that you don't have to believe everything that you think. Now, it kind of sounds simple, but I didn't really fully get this and embrace this until a couple of years ago. We all hear that voice in our head. We hear that voice talking away all day, commenting. It just won't shut up. And the thing that I never really got was, number one, that voice isn't me. And number two, that thing yapping away, I can choose not to listen to it. For a long time, forever basically, until recently, I believed everything that voice said to me. And to be honest, that voice, I'm not a huge fan of it. It was never like, you rock, you go girl, keep going, or other cliches. It was usually more like, ooh, you're gonna screw this up. See that? That person doesn't like you. Oh, what are you doing? You're not good enough for that. Don't even try, you're gonna fail. What I now know is I am the one who notices the voice, not the voice. The voice is the voice of our ego. And our ego is kind of a jerk. Now, don't get me wrong. No offense, ego. I know you're not trying to be a jerk. What you're trying to do, well, you dress it up like you're trying to protect me, but really what the ego is doing, it's just trying to protect itself. The ego has a very small comfort zone, and it doesn't like anything that challenges that comfort. Now, here's the tricky part. Even if the comfort is uncomfortable. What's the saying? Something like, the enemy you know is better than the one you don't, except way more eloquent than that. Well, it's true. The ego doesn't want you to take any chances, because if you change, then the ego has an identity crisis. The ego has a very limited view of itself, and it likes that view. Good, bad, or indifferent, it's like a comfortable, although maybe torn and ugly and out of style sweater. The ego doesn't want to take it off. Now, here's the great thing. Once you realize you're not that voice, you are not your ego, you can tell the ego to get lost. I mean, it doesn't work that easily, but in effect, with some awareness and some work, you can actually do that. And there are 3 steps. They're pretty easy. Step number 1, notice the voice. We've been so busy spending our whole life listening to the voice that we're not actively noticing what it's saying. So number 1, notice that voice. I guarantee you 9 times out of 10, possibly even 10 times out of 10, you're not gonna like what it's saying. So number 2, stop the voice. Now, I was aggressive with the voice when I first started this practice. I would hear my yammering self-doubt and insecurity and blah, 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 and I would literally say stop or shut up. Sometimes in my head, sometimes out loud, which made for some awkward situations, but that little stage only lasted a little bit. We can all do it, either silently, preferably, or out loud. When you're aware of the voice and you hear what it's saying, just tell it to stop. And then the third and final step is you want to reprogram that voice with positive things. So whether you call it your subconscious or your ego, there are a whole bunch of ways to make it say more positive things. Every time you hear that little voice saying negative things, you can actually stop it and correct it with the positive things. And the most effective way I found to do that is through sleep hypnosis and positive affirmations while I'm sleeping. You can do a YouTube search for that, and there are all kinds of videos on that. So that was it, the takeaway, the one thing, the one personal development thing that I wish I knew way back when that has completely changed my life is you don't have to believe your thoughts. Your thoughts are not you. Seriously, once you open your brain up to this, and your ego is going to resist it, but once you open your brain up to this fact, whew, it's the beginning of a beautiful journey. If you have any thoughts or comments, please let me know below. Also, as I said, it's a brand new channel, so if you have any ideas about topics you'd like to see covered, please comment below as well. Also, subscribe, like, and do all the stuff with all the things. Talk to you soon. Subscribe to the blog at MaximizeLife.com, on Instagram a.maximize.life, on Twitter a Maximize Life, and on YouTube a Maximize Life. 2 X's. Talk to you soon.